If you don't know about biblical cosmology, you don't even know up from down. You think that people in Australia are like hanging upside down. The whole gravitational theory is ridiculous, but what's even more ridiculous is this idea that when I pray and when someone in Australia prays that we might be praying in different directions because we don't even know where heaven is. We know where heaven is. It's above. Even a child instinctively looks towards heaven because they know that's where God lives. Heaven is above. Sheol is below. These are basic biblical concepts. Just a few scriptural examples. Elijah went up by whirlwind into heaven, 2 Kings. The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from Sheol beneath, Proverbs 15. Thus saith Jehovah, if the heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, then I will cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done. Jeremiah 31.
Anybody notice that gravity does an awful lot without doing anything at all? Like they say it's the weakest force and they have all these explanations. They were taught so much by people that were paid to fucking tell them to regurgitate this at any cost. Like, why would they have a whole force? Just go live and say gravity's fake and watch how many fucking bots come after you. It's insane. It's crazy. I think that they think they're really smart, that they learned all this stuff, never using the scientific method once to prove any of this shit. It's all theoretical. It's all nonsense. None of it can be proven. It's proven every day that they have nothing.
27 and a half years with 0 fatalities. You know what that tells me? That tells me that going into space and into Earth's orbit is safer than getting on a cruise ship. Yet, only a handful of people ever go to the ISS per year, and there's only one ISS. 27 and a half years. If it's that safe, you would think they would have 15, 20, 30 of them up there. You would think they would have the ability to send regular humans up there to experience something that we should all be able to experience, not just actors. So when I say the ISS is fake and I say that what they're doing is a lie, that is what I'm talking about. I don't care if Japan has a bus up there. I don't care if there's been other space stations up there. I don't care if there's other space stations currently up there. There's only one ISS.
If they really went to the moon and spent $250 billion, the last thing in the world you would do would be to destroy it. But if they perpetrated a fraud and you could prove the rocket didn't have enough fuel to leave Earth orbit, which it didn't, and you could prove that the lunar module couldn't run air conditioning for 3 days on a bunch of car batteries against 250 degrees outside, then you would destroy it. So for the first time in the world, technology, and in today's dollars, one that cost $250 billion, was intentionally destroyed.
What was the technology that was intentionally destroyed?
All of the Apollo equipment, the technology to go to the moon. But we destroyed that technology. They destroyed it. They also destroyed all of the original videotapes, all of the original telemetry data as to where the rocket was, and they disassembled and sent the parts to the wind, the only machine that could ever play the videotapes if they were ever found. And that happened days after Ron Howard asked for HD transfers to project it on an IMAX screen. He had to go to Blockbuster and rent videos. 95% of that movie are reenactments shot in a TV studio. He went to Blockbuster Video because they destroyed the original videotapes, which you would never do if you went, but that's exactly what you would do if you perpetrated a fraud. There's never been a time in history where technology was 1,000 times greater in the past, or they intentionally destroyed the technology. Never happened. Except with the moon rock.
If we could do it in 1969 with the computing power of a sewing machine, how come all of a sudden we can't do it with all the computing power we have? How come the footage back then was crystal clear and now it's all grainy? Guys, it's because it didn't happen. We didn't land on the moon. Now, just to save face, and let's pretend we actually did land on the moon. Why can't we do it again? Why did we just supposedly slingshot around the moon, come all the way back home without even landing on it? Why didn't we land on it? Why can't you just fly up there, land on that bitch, and then fly home and videotape on the outside of the shuttle the whole time. We never landed on the moon. And by the way, what does it matter if we did or we didn't? The question would be, why are they trying to make us believe that we did? That's the question. One answer that makes sense as to why they wouldn't want us to know that we never landed on the moon, because then it would be confirmed that they're lying mother full of shit. Can't trust them at all, man. They just got to run with it now. It's like when you tell some girl you got a big old ding ding and then she wants to see it, you never show it. Never show it. You act classy. You act like it's just a good choice. You're acting all classy and you don't want to show her, when in reality you wish you could show her, but you oversold it.
Aluminum melts at exactly 1221 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now I want you to take a look at this metal being dipped in water. Now, do you see how the metal is boiling the water because the metal is so hot? Now, can you please tell me how the Artemis 2 pod, re-entering Earth's atmosphere, was enduring temperatures of over 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit when it is mainly made of aluminum? That's right, the pod is mainly made of aluminum. But aluminum's melting point is 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. And then, of course, when the pod hits the water, there's no bubbling, there's no boiling, there's just an extremely weird and sus shape that forms. Why would it make that shape? This doesn't even make any sense. And you mean to tell me that this thing was traveling at 25,000 miles per hour? 20 times the speed of a pistol round? Does that make any sense at all? Can you see a pistol round when you shoot a pistol? So how could we see that pod re-entering the atmosphere? And how did it survive temperatures of 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit? Was it the heat shield? No. I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only.